everybody, it's Rebecca Gabrielle here. Thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel Living with Spice. We're going to do a weekly card reading for Sagittarius for the latter half of April, so for around about the 20th to the end of the month. It will take a few days. So it is a general reading, so it won't necessarily resonate with everybody, but my advice is take what fits your situation and leave what doesn't. And of course, if you'd like to have a personal reading, you're very welcome to contact me. My details are in the description box below. And if you find that this reading is helpful to you, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way more people get to see these videos. All right, Sagittarius, let's get started and see what energy is in store for you for the latter half of April. Okay, Sagittarius, we're just going to do a light shuffle of the cards. They've been pre-shuffled. We're going to ask Spirit to please give us an indication of the energy surrounding Sagittarius for the latter half of the month of April. So what energy can Sagittarius expect to encounter for the latter half of April, please, Spirit? That's a good way to start the reading. My goodness, a very positive read so far. Wow. So we're starting with the beautiful energy of the Two of Cups here, which is all about loving, union and teamwork. So you're feeling in the zone, Sagittarius, whether that's with your special person or whether that's with work, the people that you connect with, that you feel it could be social or romantic, it doesn't matter. You've got this beautiful connection happening and you're feeling emotionally fulfilled, part of the team, you feel like you belong, you're feeling happy, you're in your happy zone. Whatever it is that's helping you get there, Sagittarius, the second half of April you are feeling really good. And that's fantastic, because I know a lot of people have been struggling lately. And, to have this come out as the defining energy for the last part of the month is wonderful. And I'm sure you're happy to hear that too. I feel like it's only just going to keep on getting better from what's coming out. You are realizing you are really needing to take care of yourself at the moment. And you've had some challenges recently. And so we have the Eight of Swords here. And this energy is you kind of realizing, man, it's been really tough and I'm kind of over that, and I really need to just be able to take a step back and take good care of myself. And you're kind of reevaluating your situation. You're looking at what's working, what isn't, what do you need to do to change things. And this can be across all areas of your life at the moment, not just in relationships, but in all areas. So you're really taking time out to review your current life, your lifestyle, the things that you need to help you to feel fulfilled and well, financially, relationships, things that keep you happy, things that make you feel like you're being productive and you have a purpose. So you're really diving in for a little bit here, Sagittarius, to take stock of where things are at for yourself. And that's a form of self-care and self-love, and it's a very, very good thing to do. And I'm thinking that you're realizing, that feeling good and feeling connected and feeling like you belong is helping you to realize that, you are responsible for how things are in your life. Something's happened to help you think about what you can do to help yourself. And so if this is what you're aspiring to feel, or somebody has inspired you in terms of your sense of emotional fulfillment, it's helped you to realize that you've got to take care of yourself, physically, financially, emotionally, all areas of your life. And a great realization, Sagittarius, really beautiful. And as a result, you are in the zone. You've got the Sun card. This is the best card in the deck. It's the most positive card in the deck. And oh my goodness, it just keeps getting better and better. So this is what you end up creating when you take care of yourself and you make yourself a priority, this is what you get. You manifest, you open doors, you create positivity in your life, really good energy, and that's fabulous. You've got the Temperance card, which is all about making sure, as part of your attempt to take care of yourself, and you're taking stock of what you need to do. It's what you keep, what you don't keep. It's all about creating balance. It's all about creating harmony in your life. Not synchronicity, but harmony, balance, inner balance as well as outer balance, as in prioritizing and putting your energy equally across all areas of your life, Sagittarius. And sometimes it can be a little tricky doing that. We're balancing on the ball here of your life, and it can take a little bit of skill, a little bit of patience, a little bit of discernment around how to do this, and that's okay. It's going to sort of put you to the test here, and but that's what's required in order to have great relationships, and in order to take care of yourself and to have a good outcome. You do need a little bit of temperance, balance, patience, and a good approach to things. And when you maintain that balance, and when you achieve that balance, you do get harmony in your life, and you do end up in a state of wellness, overall wellness in your life. That's not too hard. That is, as in the message is clear, and it's very positive, Sagittarius. So I'm really happy for you. So let's see what the wisdom of Avalon has to say in terms of how to get there, how to achieve this beautiful balance. And the middle to the latter half of April is when you're realizing how important this is, and you're starting to take steps, if you haven't already, to ensure that you are getting balanced, because you're certainly thinking about it. You've certainly been mulling over it a little bit lately, and that's good. So, I probably shouldn't have said it was so easy. The message is clear, that we know. Getting there sometimes can be a little bit tricky. So, okay. Let's just start with the Earth Fairy energy. Okay, the Earth Fairy is very grounded energy, and that's about taking care of your physical health. So a really good grounding in order to achieve this in your life, and you've probably been feeling the importance of your physical health. Without that, it's very hard to create balance and to create happiness and the ability, the inner strength and the outer strength in order to achieve good things in your life. So taking care of yourself is very much about your physical health. And I think you're very aware of this. For a lot of people I know at the moment, when we're going through coronavirus, it's making sure that we stay well, putting in really good habits. And if we're protecting ourselves to make sure we don't get sick, that's great. But then there's also things on top of that. It's like, how do we maintain our health? How do we ensure that we stay healthy? So we know that this is in the forefront of your mind, and it's also really important to make it a priority, and that will help you as a really great foundation for the rest of your well-being. Now, there's a few interesting energies that have come up here. Okay, so there has been recently a disruption in your life which has been uncomfortable, and perhaps it's been a trigger point for you to take stock of where you're at and to go, hang on a minute, I really need to rethink things here in order to get some balance in my life. And perhaps this disruption for you, Sagittarius, has been a sudden event. I get the feeling that this is sudden because certainly it's having a big impact on you. And we can see the energy of this waterfall is like, it really is having an impact on you. So whether or not you have recently lost a job, or whether there's been an impact in relationships or your physical health, but there's something that has disturbed your equilibrium in your life, and you've gone, oh man, that's really not great. and as a result, it's kind of thrown you off balance and caused you to rethink everything. So I probably don't even need to tell you that, because you are probably experiencing that. And if you haven't, then possibly that's yet to come. But I have a feeling that you already know about this, and that's why you are taking steps to look after yourself and create some balance in your life. So starting off with, just ensure you have a really good foundation for your health. That's super, super important. Now, the disruption has caused some burden for you. It has thrown you off kilter, and perhaps you're feeling a little bit lacking in some areas. And again, the obvious conclusion could be that either your health has been affected, or you've lost your financial situation, which is often our stability and our foundation as well. So whether it be our physical health, or whether it be your physical resources, material resources like your finances, it feels like perhaps these are the things that got disrupted or affected, and that's created some burdens for you. There's been a little bit of loss in your life, and I'm sorry to hear that, Sagittarius, and yes, it's very, very frustrating. But I think you're aware of this, and you know what you are working towards, and you're going to have success, because we've got the Sun card here. So hang in there, Sagittarius. You know that you start with the simple things by looking after your health, looking at all areas of your life and working out what things you need to do to take care of yourself in all aspects of your life, and to bring back some balance. And some of the sense of loss and disruption could have been around your sense of teamwork or relationships. And if this was job, in terms of teamwork, you're feeling on the out at the moment. So maybe that was a job loss for you. And you love this. This is what drives you. You love connection, Sagittarius. You're a people person, and this is where you're happy and you vibe and you're in your mojo. So maybe there's been some disruption to that, and so therefore, if you haven't got that external contact, because we know we're all in social isolation at the moment, and even more so, you're realizing, because you haven't got that, you've got to take care of yourself and your own needs. Yes, I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius. It's a bit of a challenging time. I do appreciate that. Now, an issue's coming up here, Sagittarius, and if you are a little bit hot under the collar sometimes, which, you're a fire sign, you probably can be very careful of your tongue. We've got the Wasp card here. Now, this could be your energy, or it could be somebody else, but there is a situation coming up in the latter half of April that could either sting you, or you end up stinging someone. And it's about, somebody is triggered, either yourself or someone else. It's some anger, it's some retaliation, a little bit of jealousy. So be careful of this energy, obviously. Be careful that you are not creating a situation to cause this, or, if it's somebody lashing out at you, consider this a pre-warning, forewarning. That if this is going to happen, then you may need to think about how you're going to best respond, if at all. Okay, so, and if this also triggers you, if an external situation, a person, it could be the situation itself that triggers you to feel angry, or it could be a person who specifically triggers you. If that's the case, then decide ahead of time how you're going to respond, and what approach you're going to take. Of course, when we get poked, often our instinctive reaction is to poke back, and that's never going to give you a good outcome. So I see this as a red flag, Sagittarius. Just be on the lookout. It'll probably take you by surprise. It usually does, and then we forget, we respond, we go, oh man, that's what that was about. So if you can remember, just consider that as a bit of a red flag. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's not funny. But anyway, you've been warned. All right, so thank you, Spirit, for the warning. Thank you for the messages. What else can you let Sagittarius know to assist getting through the end of the month, because we know that there's some really good energy here in terms of this is anytime you are taking care of yourself, Sagittarius, that's a super good thing. You know, external things happen to us in life. Things do disrupt us, but we always have the ability to self-manage and look after ourselves. And it seems to me that you are very capable of doing this, Sagittarius, because you end up with this beautiful Sun card that says that you achieve your outcome of creating balance and looking after yourself. So let's keep that in mind. All right, we're going to pull some cards to see what else we need to know. Okay. Okay. Well, we're getting the reassurance again with the Sun card. So the Radiance card here. It's beautiful. So let's keep in mind that despite the challenges that you feel that you're going through are because of this disruption. You know, these cards are feeling a little bit heavy, but, you know, Spirit has helped you to see first up that you've got this. You can do this and you're going to have a good outcome. And here's another reminder. So I think Spirit is saying, don't forget, you're going to have a good outcome. How you get through the end of this week and how you manage your circumstances will depend on how good the outcome is, obviously. So using discernment, but we do want you to know that it's going to end up in a good space. Okay? Now, we've got another red flag here, which, you know, is this message. So something's going to erupt. Is it you? Are you going to lose your temper? Or is somebody else going to lose their temper? Is this part of the disruption that you're going to be feeling? There's a lot of emotions here. Something's going to burst. If it hasn't already, this may have happened to some of you already, okay? So please, the timing is going to be a little bit different for everyone, but there's been an unexpected explosion, and it might have something to do with jealousy. It might have something with somebody's angry, upset, whatever. I'm not clear on that, but you might know. And it's certainly about a flood of emotions here. And so it's kind of caught you by surprise and changed things. So it's definitely had an impact. And you're having to deal with the aftermath here. But again, I say, sometimes these things are not necessarily our stuff, but we still need to deal with it. And so, Sagittarius, being prepared for the unexpected is a good thing, but knowing that you can always stay grounded and take care of yourself in the meantime. And I really feel that this is the contrast message here, is that despite what happens in our external world, you still have control over how you respond and how you take care of yourself in order to have a good outcome. So I think that's a really important part of this reading for you, Sagittarius. And being able to go with the flow. You know, that sometimes when stuff happens, we just need to develop this skill of being able to go with the flow and see the bigger picture and see that there's light at the end of the day, regardless of the emotions that we sometimes experience in life, the ups and the downs. The skill here is to learn resilience and to be able to go with the flow. And I think you know what I mean, Sagittarius. You know, life can be rocky and bumpy, but you have the ability to take this in your stride. Now, throughout all of this, we've got the energy of the full moon here, and often that's a time of contemplation, looking at things that we didn't notice were there before, the shadow side of things, things that have been hidden and now being revealed, and probably a few things are being revealed to you, Sagittarius, after this explosion, after this disruption. But that's good, because sometimes we need to have that moment of awareness and the aha moments in order to move forward. You know, so perhaps the sun energy here is achievable once you have things revealed to you. And once they're revealed, you kind of, the situation becomes resolved, and hence you can then bask in the energy of the sun. So let's not be afraid of this situation. Let's be forewarned and be prepared. And know that, you know, whatever is revealed to you that you didn't know before, it's for a good reason and for a good purpose, because then once it's revealed, it can be dealt with and you can move on from the situation so it doesn't need to be dealt with again. And that's why we can have this incredible radiance of the sun energy, knowing that ultimately the outcome is going to be for the better. And I think that's what you need to know. So I hope that has been a helpful reading to you. I'm just going to pull one last card to see from the Flower Energy deck, last message for Sagittarius. It's a very positive reading, despite, you know, a little bit of agitation that's happening here. You can do this, Sagittarius. It's a great outcome in the end. There are some learning experiences. You are going to develop some skills along the way in handling this situation, Sagittarius. It's quite a strong energy, but you, I know you've got this. You can do it. All right, we just need one card. Thank you. Ah, well, as I just said, you're going to develop some skill and some wisdom around the situation. We've got the Wise Soul card. Love it. So it says at the bottom here, your soul carries ancient wisdom, Sagittarius. Please embrace it as you have the knowledge to help those around you. So Sagittarius, I'm getting the feeling that through all of this, through even the disruption, you are able to keep your cool and to go with the flow. You are able to take care of yourself, and the reason is that you're a wise old soul here. You've been around the block before, and your ability to handle this situation well is going to help someone else, or help several people, possibly, you know, team. And so that's a lovely way to finish the reading. You've got this, as I said, you can do this, and the way you conduct yourself is going to help others. You have the wisdom and you have the knowledge. So that's your reading, Sagittarius. I love it. A great reading, very positive. You've got the energy, you've got the goods, and I'm wishing you well. So I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.